Celia Cruz. A name that brings rhythm, fire, and joy to millions of people around the world. Known as the Queen of Salsa, Celia was more than just a singer. She was a symbol of culture, power, and passion. Her music lifted spirits and brought entire nations to their feet. Born in Cuba and loved across the globe, Celia's life is the story of strength, talent, and a heart full of music. In this video, we take a deep look into her inspiring journey. How a young girl from Havana grew into one of the most legendary voices in Latin music history. We'll explore her early life, her rise to fame, her powerful message of joy, and how she became an icon beyond borders. Get ready to dance, learn, and be inspired. This is the story of Celia Cruz. Celia Cruz was born on October 21, 1925, in Havana, Cuba. Her full name was Ursula Hilaria Celia de la Caridad Cruz Alfonso. She grew up in a poor but loving family in a neighborhood called Santo Suarez. Music was always around her. Street performers, church choirs, and traditional Cuban sounds filled the air. As a child, she sang to her siblings and neighbors, and people quickly noticed her beautiful, strong voice. Though her father wanted her to become a teacher, Celia felt deep in her heart that she was born to sing. She started entering music contests and performing on local radio shows. Every time she sang, people would smile and clap. Slowly, her dream of becoming a singer didn't seem so far away. Little did anyone know, this humble girl from Havana would one day become a global superstar. But at that time, she was just Celia, full of hope and talent. During her teenage years, Celia studied music at Havana's National Conservatory of Music. There, she learned how to use her voice even better and gained confidence in her ability to perform. In the 1940s, she started singing with several small Cuban bands. Her big break came in 1950 when she was chosen to join the legendary Cuban group La Sonora Matancera. This was a huge moment. The group was already famous across Latin America, and now Celia was the new lead singer. At first, many fans were unsure. A woman leading such a group was rare at the time. But once they heard her sing, all doubts disappeared. Her voice was powerful, rich, and full of emotion. She quickly won over hearts with songs that blended Afro-Cuban rhythms with vibrant melodies. With each performance, Celia grew more confident, and her unique style began to shine through. A star was truly being born. In 1959, the Cuban Revolution changed everything. Fidel Castro took power, and many Cuban artists faced tough decisions. While touring in Mexico with La Sonora Matancera, Celia and the band chose not to return to Cuba. It was a painful decision. Celia loved her country deeply, but she also valued her freedom as an artist. The Cuban government reacted by banning her from ever returning. Even when her mother passed away, Celia wasn't allowed to go back for the funeral. This broke her heart, but she didn't let it break her spirit. Instead, she poured her sadness and love for Cuba into her music. Her songs carried the flavors, colors, and soul of her homeland. Even though she was far from home, Cuba lived on in every note she sang. This part of her journey shows us how music can be a powerful tool for keeping one's culture and identity alive. After leaving Cuba, Celia moved to the United States. She eventually became an American citizen and continued her music career. It wasn't easy at first. She had to start fresh in a new country, learn new ways, and build a new audience. But Celia never gave up. She teamed up with Tito Puente, another iconic figure in Latin music. Together, they created magical albums that brought Afro-Cuban jazz and salsa to wider audiences. Celia's bold voice, combined with Tito's rhythms, lit up stages from New York to Los Angeles. She embraced her new home while never forgetting her roots. America gave her freedom, and she gave it unforgettable music. Through hard work and endless energy, Celia became a bridge between cultures. She brought the Caribbean sound to the world and helped make salsa music a global sensation. With each song, she was not just performing, she was building a legacy. In the 1970s and 80s, salsa music exploded in popularity, and Celia Cruz was at the center of it all. She worked with top Latin artists, including Johnny Pacheco, Willie Colon, and the Fania All-Stars. These collaborations created some of the most famous salsa songs in history. People across Latin America, the US, and Europe danced to her music. Celia's voice became the soundtrack of celebrations, weddings, and festivals. Her performances were full of life, bright costumes, fun wigs, and that electrifying smile. She didn't just sing, she owned the stage. Her famous catchphrase, Azúcar, meaning sugar, became her signature shout. It wasn't just a fun word, it represented joy, flavor, and the sweetness of life. Fans loved it and started shouting it with her during concerts. Celia wasn't just a performer anymore. She was a queen, the Queen of Salsa. Her name became a symbol of strength, rhythm, and pure happiness. Celia Cruz's style was as bold as her voice. She wore colorful, flashy dresses and towering wigs that made her look like royalty. She had over 100 wigs and was never seen in the same outfit twice. But it wasn't just about fashion, it was a celebration of culture and creativity. Her image told the world that she was proud of who she was. Then came her catchphrase, Azúcar. It started by accident, but fans loved it, so she kept saying it. Over time, Azúcar became more than a word. It was a message. Live life with sweetness, passion, and energy. It became part of her identity, just like her voice and smile. When Celia said, Azúcar, you felt happy, even if you didn't speak Spanish. Her style, her look, and her attitude were just as powerful as her songs. She taught the world that joy is something to wear, sing, and share. Celia Cruz didn't just sing in one country. Her music reached the entire planet. From Latin America to Europe, Asia, and Africa, people danced to her songs. Even those who didn't understand the lyrics felt the emotion in her voice. She sang in Spanish, but her passion spoke every language. Celia performed in massive stadiums and on TV shows across the world. She worked with artists from different backgrounds and inspired generations of singers. Her music united people from different cultures. Fans of all ages and nationalities loved her. She brought the sound of Cuba to the world and gave salsa a global stage. Her records sold millions, and her concerts were always full of excitement. Wherever she went, she left joy behind. Her influence helped make Latin music what it is today, a powerful force in global entertainment. Celia proved that when you sing from the heart, the world listens. Over her career, Celia Cruz recorded more than 70 albums and won countless awards. She received multiple Grammys and Latin Grammys, and in 1994, she was awarded the U.S. National Medal of Arts by President Bill Clinton. She got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and was honored by music festivals, universities, and governments. Even after her passing, her legacy continues. In 2016, the U.S. Postal Service released a stamp with her face on it. Schools and museums have been named in her honor, including the Celia Cruz Bronx High School of Music. Her life story was even turned into a hit TV series. People remember not just her music, but her spirit. She showed the world that a Black Latina woman could become a global icon without changing who she was. Celia Cruz's legacy is one of music, pride, and unstoppable power. Her name will never be forgotten. In 2003, the world lost Celia Cruz. She passed away from brain cancer at the age of 77. The news shook millions. Her funeral in Miami turned into a celebration of her life. Thousands of fans came to say goodbye. People played her music in the streets, danced in her honor, and shouted, Azúcar, one last time. Even in death, Celia brought people together. Her body was laid to rest in New York City, a city she loved and where she performed countless times. Tributes poured in from around the world. Artists cried, fans sang, and leaders sent words of respect. Though she was gone, her voice stayed alive. Her music plays on radios, in homes, and at parties to this day. Celia taught us to live fully, to smile through pain, and to bring light wherever we go. She may be gone, but her spirit keeps dancing in our hearts. Years after her passing, Celia Cruz is still a powerful symbol. Young artists continue to sample her songs and honor her legacy. She showed the world that being different is beautiful, that your roots are something to be proud of. In a time when women, especially Afro-Latina women, had few chances in music, Celia broke barriers. She gave a voice to those who felt unseen. Her story reminds us that talent, heart, and hard work can change the world. Celia didn't just make music. She made history. Every beat, every word, and every Azúcar reminds us of joy, strength, and culture. She matters today as much as she did then, because she represented something bigger than herself. She represented freedom, identity, and the power of music to heal and unite. Celia Cruz didn't just live a full life. She left a legacy that still sings. Thank you for joining us in this journey through the unforgettable life of Celia Cruz, the Queen of Salsa. Her voice, her spirit, and her joy touched millions and continues to inspire new generations. She wasn't just a singer, she was a cultural icon who made the world brighter with her music. We hope you enjoyed learning about her life, her struggles, and her powerful message of celebration and pride. If Celia's story moved you, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel for more incredible music stories, and let us know in the comments. What's your favorite Celia Cruz song? Or how has her music touched your life? We'd love to hear from you. Keep dancing, keep celebrating, and remember, no matter what life throws your way, always face it with a little rhythm, a big smile, and a shout of Azúcar. Thanks for watching.